Ein's steps begin to slow as Olivia's words echo in his mind. Our fatherland? The phrase feels heavy, unfamiliar, and confusing. He looks up at her, searching for answers, but Olivia only offers a gentle, knowing smile, as if she understands something far beyond him. Then, with a soft click, her fingers move to her necklace. Slowly, deliberately, she slides the pendant free, and in the very next instant, it begins to crumble. Ein's eyes widen in shock as the delicate jewel breaks apart in her hands, turning into fine dust that scatters into the air. A faint, unnatural energy ripples around them, quiet yet deeply unsettling. And yet, Olivia remains calm, almost relieved. Not long after, they find themselves inside a carriage. Ein sits across from her, still trying to make sense of what just happened, but Olivia behaves as though nothing unusual occurred, her smile serene and composed. Trying to steady himself, Ein forces a small smile and says, "It's good to know that we get back to the mansion before the date changes." Outside, the carriage rolls through the night, its wheels echoing softly against the stone roads as they pass through the city gates. Inside, Olivia closes her eyes peacefully and says, "Just wait a little more, okay?" Ein blinks in confusion. Looking outside, Ein's expression darkens with unease. The city is alive, far too alive for this hour. The uneasy feeling in Ein's chest tightens as the noise outside grows louder, until screams suddenly erupt through the streets, panicked voices echoing in every direction as people cry out for help and desperately call for the knights. A gigantic warship emerges, an enormous steel vessel forcing its way into the city as the ground trembles beneath it and water and debris explode outward from its hull. The sheer size of it overwhelms him as people scatter in terror, unable to comprehend the sight, and Ein can only whisper in disbelief that it is a ship far larger than anything he has ever seen. Inside the carriage, Olivia calmly brushes aside the curtain and gently tells him it is time to go down, her voice steady and composed despite the chaos surrounding them. Moments later, they stand among the frightened crowd as people recognize her and call out her name, demanding to know what the ship is, but their voices are quickly drowned out by louder screams as someone shouts that they are coming and urges everyone to run for their lives. Then the sound of metal echoes sharply as rows of armored soldiers begin to descend from the ship, their synchronized movements sending a chill through the air as their armor rattles in unison, forming perfect ranks with terrifying precision. Ein's breath catches as he stares ahead, realizing that what stands before him is not just a threat, but an entire army. Ein instinctively steps forward, placing himself in front of Olivia as fear grips his chest, but she gently reassures him with a calm smile, telling him that everything is all right. The line of armored soldiers parts, their spears held upright in perfect formation as a single knight walks forward with steady, confident steps. Ein's body stiffens as the knight approaches, but instead of hostility, she lowers herself gracefully in front of him. She introduces herself as Christina Wernstein and greets him politely, addressing him with respect. Ein blinks in confusion, unable to reconcile the overwhelming military presence with her calm demeanor, while a quiet thought crosses his mind that despite everything, she looks incredibly beautiful. Still unsure, he hesitates and wonders if they are truly not enemies. Christina then turns her attention to Olivia, speaking with familiarity and respect as she explains that she came as soon as she received her message, traveling all the way to this port city without delay. Ein listens closely, his confusion deepening as Christina finally reveals the truth, stating that the massive warship and the soldiers accompanying it have come for a single reason, which is to take Princess Olivia back. The words hit Ein all at once, leaving him stunned as he tries to process what he just heard, realizing that the woman he has been traveling with is not just his gentle mother, but someone far more important than he ever imagined. But Olivia simply turns to him with a gentle expression and tells him that she will explain everything along the way. Without hesitation, she takes his hand and leads him forward, guiding him up the ramp toward the massive ship as the knight follows behind them. Far away, in the grand Auguste Archduke's mansion, The atmosphere is quiet yet heavy. Graf Auguste, the head of the family, sits with a weary expression, listening as he is informed that the mistake made by their family has now been resolved by nothing more than a small child. He exhales slowly, absorbing the weight of those words, while across from him, a young girl speaks cheerfully, agreeing with him and adding that the eldest son of the Roundheart family is quite remarkable. She smiles brightly as she holds the beautiful flower Ein gave her, clearly cherishing it, and happily mentions that he gave her something truly special. Graf watches her in silence, his expression tightening as his thoughts grow heavier. He lets out a long sigh and covers part of his face, troubled by what this all implies. The word promise lingers between them, unspoken yet deeply significant, and he questions whether the Roundheart family truly intends to break it. His voice carries both doubt and concern as he wonders why. Despite everything, they're planning to make the second son the next head, leaving an uneasy tension hanging in the room, and tells Klon to keep what he is about to hear secret. He explains that from the port city of Roundheart, a 2-day journey by ship would lead to a distant continent, and he tests her knowledge by asking what kingdom lies there. Without hesitation, she answers that it is the continent of Ishtar, a land with only one kingdom. In the next moment, the truth is revealed with quiet weight and dignity. The gentle woman who had been by Ein's side is no ordinary person. Standing with elegance and a serene smile, her true identity is announced as Olivia von Ishtalica, the second princess. Ein, still trying to process everything, hesitantly asks why a princess from such a powerful kingdom would marry into the Roundheart family. But before the tension can grow, Christina suddenly panics and blurts out that she only did what she thought was right, clearly flustered. At the same time, Olivia gently pulls Ein closer in a warm embrace, softly noting that Chris is making a rather scary face. Olivia reassures Ein with a gentle smile, telling him that she will explain everything when the time is right, and he accepts her words without hesitation. The conversation shifts as Christina brings up the star crystal, asking Olivia if she received it from the Roundhearts. Olivia happily confirms it, showing the beautiful crystal that Ein had given her, while Christina explains the meaning behind such a gift. She points out that giving a star crystal to someone of the opposite gender carries a very special implication, and with a playful yet knowing smile, she reveals that it essentially means a proposal, causing the realization of Ein's actions to suddenly carry a much deeper meaning. Ein freezes in complete confusion, his mind going blank as the meaning of the star crystal sinks in, leaving him staring wide-eyed and unable to respond while Olivia simply smiles warmly beside him and Christina looks on, slightly puzzled by his reaction. Trying to shift his thoughts away from the embarrassing realization, Ein suddenly notices something unfamiliar and asks about it, pointing out what he calls a train, clearly surprised that such a thing exists in Ishtalica. Christina explains that it is called a water train, a system that runs by heating water using a magic stone, producing steam to power it, which immediately catches Ein's attention as he connects it to the concept of a steam engine. He quietly reflects on how advanced and different the civilization is compared to what he knows, realizing just how far ahead this place is. Olivia watches him with sparkling admiration, clearly impressed, and excitedly hugs him while praising how smart and knowledgeable he is, which only leaves Ein flustered and overwhelmed. Christina comments with a calm smile that it is surprising for someone like Ein to understand such a mechanism, calling him well-learned, while Ein awkwardly brushes it off, claiming he only read about it in a book. As the moment settles, Christina gently reminds them that there is still time before they arrive at Ishtalica and suggests that they rest for now. Stepping into the train, he is overwhelmed with excitement, his eyes lighting up as he eagerly looks out the window, taking in the bustling scenery beyond, while Christina and Olivia calmly watch over him. As they travel, Ein notices something even more surprising, a lively mix of different races filling the area, including demi-humans he had never seen before, making him realize that this kingdom is far more diverse than anything he has experienced. His amazement grows as he takes everything in, unable to hide his excitement at both the advanced technology and the variety of people around him. Christina then explains that Ishtalika is a kingdom rich in many cultures, a place where elves, beastmen, and numerous other races coexist, giving deeper meaning to what Ayn is witnessing. Finally, their journey comes to an end as they arrive at their destination. A breathtaking view of the vast city of Ishtalika unfolds before them, its grand structures rising at the center and surrounded by countless buildings stretching far into the distance, leaving Ayn in complete awe as he quietly takes in the scale of this new world. Upon entering the palace grounds, Christina immediately regains her composure as a knight and loudly announces her return as the Imperial Guard Vice Captain. Though her usual dignified image quickly cracks when she clumsily stumbles, much to Ayn's surprise and Olivia's amused reaction, revealing a more human and slightly ditzy side beneath her formal title. Olivia gently teases her with a soft smile, clearly enjoying the moment, while Christina hurriedly tries to recover her pride and ushers them forward, guiding them deeper into the palace halls with a more serious tone. As they walk through the elegant corridors lined with arches and flowing water, Olivia asks whether Christina informed her father about their return, but Christina admits that she did not, explaining that everything happened too suddenly for her to send word ahead. This quiet confession adds a hint of unease to their arrival, suggesting that their presence may come as an unexpected surprise, while the three continue walking forward into the depths of the Grand Palace, where whatever awaits them has yet to reveal itself. As they continue through the palace, Christina explains that Marquet has already given strict instructions to everyone to act normally even in Olivia's presence, ensuring that the king's work would not be interrupted, though the mention of her name brings a sudden sense of tension as both Christina and Olivia momentarily worry that they might anger her if they cause any disturbance. Christina nervously recalls how His Majesty could be inconvenienced if things became too loud, revealing her uneasiness despite trying to stay composed. When Ayn asks about Marquet, Olivia gently clarifies that she is a servant who took care of her when she was young, someone who may seem intimidating at times, but is ultimately kind, promising to introduce them properly later. With that, Christina suggests that they should wait and greet His Majesty after his meeting instead of interrupting, and the group agrees, deciding to proceed carefully as they stand before the grand doors of the meeting room. However, before any restraint can take hold, Olivia suddenly steps forward without hesitation and loudly declares her return, her voice echoing through the hall as she calls out to her father with bright excitement. The heavy doors open to reveal a grand meeting room where several high-ranking figures sit around a large circular table, their attention immediately drawn to the unexpected intrusion, as Olivia calmly walks forward with Ayn and Christina following behind her. The sudden silence fills the room, and Ayn can feel the overwhelming pressure of the presence before him, his heart pounding as he stares at the imposing man seated at the head of the table. The atmosphere grows tense, and Ayn instinctively gulps, realizing that the person before him is no ordinary noble. Rising with an undeniable aura of authority, the man reveals himself as the king of Ishtalika, his commanding presence dominating the entire room as he looks down at Ayn with sharp, assessing eyes. The sheer weight of the king's gaze leaves Ayn frozen in place, caught between fear and awe as he stands before the ruler of a great kingdom, marking the beginning of a fateful encounter that will undoubtedly change everything.